Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 4 of Show Em The Dore, the official 2 Men in a Truck of a Vanderbilt Sports podcast. I am one of your hosts, Christopher Conway, and this is my co-host, Willem Azzinnaro. And today we're going to be, we have a little bit of a lighter week this week.
True.
Vanderbilt football is on a bye week. The soccer season just ended, as we talked about in episode 3. And so, we wanted to we have the basketball season to talk about, as well as just some other little housekeeping things.
True. If it wasn't for basketball, we would be hopelessly lost, purposeless in this life.
I really blame our audiences for not responding to our Twitter question.
Chris said he hates you.
I do. I hate each and every one of you.
Individually.
All of our 18 subscribers on YouTube, I hate them.
The next episode is just going to be Chris going down the line of people subscribed.
It's going to be
I hate you.
Like just banned. I hate you.
Have you seen How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey?
Yes.
And he goes down the phone book and he's like, I hate you.
Yes. That's going to be me, but with all of our subscribers.
Speaking of things we hate.
How is this going?
Last week, if our viewers remember, we placed a bet, and Chris, being his cocky self, was like, I bet I can score more points than you in the intramural basketball game. And knowing the fragile ego that this poor kid has, I had to let him win that bet. So, thus, I shot, a grand total of 0% from the field in our game, in our intramural basketball game last Monday. And it really made me doubt why I am in this world. And
it honestly caused a severe bout of depression for my co-host here. However, you are now looking at the leading scorer for the Vanderbilt, the Show Em The Dore Vanderbilt intramural team.
I think that still you have scored or assisted on every single point.
I have.
Because you dished out some dimes to Eric, and then I missed all my shots.
Yeah.
The Bucks team was pretty good, though.
The Bucks team was better than expected. Also, but yeah, it wasn't a bad game. I enjoyed it. It was fun. We had a fun time.
And then we're playing Theta on next Monday.
We're playing some frat that we're going to beat, for sure.
They had like 15 people on their team.
I don't care. We're beating them.
I'm beating all 15 of them.
We might be 0-4 on the season. But they know that. We might be 0-4 on the season, but it's comeback season, baby.
Yeah, we just had to give them that 2-game lead and then we had to come back.
It was all about a handicap.
It's out of courtcy.
It really is.
Because we don't want to, you know what I mean?
No.
We couldn't go out there and really kill time. That's why we only have one headband. If we were both wearing a headband,
it'd be
game over.
It'd be done.
That's why we have to switch.
Right, of course.
Simple, you know what I mean? It's just,
I really think, the reason Vanderbilt basketball actually started their schedule is because they were so inspired by our play.
They're like, gosh dang, we have to go out there and emulate what they do.
Right, and so...
All 2 points that we put up the first game?
Second game. Well, first game of the first week.
Yes.
And the second game of the second week.
That's what I was referring to.
Anyway, we're not very good at basketball.
True.
But we'll get better.
I know, Chris, $10. So
yeah, I'm not going to make him pay me $10.
I also don't have any money in my wallet. So Chris,
so...
I will sell my soul.
He's just in debt.
Yeah. Do you accept IOUs?
I'm emailing Experian right now,
about to
destroying your credit score.
No, please.
Destroying your credit score.
I don't know what credit scores are. So,
you will never buy a house. Anyway.
Okay, moving on to real stuff in the podcast. Real basketball players.
Real.
Like, actually, they shoot and, like, play and they dribble and they do it well. You know what I mean?
They actually, like, don't have to,
impressive.
Like, look
if you
at the
saw
ball.
the games, we played 2 games this week. We had our home opener for our men's basketball team, a home opener for our women's basketball team, and they were great games.
Yeah. Walked away with W's on both of them. Oh my God. We haven't seen many of those this year.
Oh my goodness. The wild W. We've captured it.
We have. So I guess we'll start with men's basketball.
Why? Because men are better than women?
No, that's how we planned it. Breaking the fourth wall. So we played Alabama State yesterday, and while Alabama State may not be a basketball powerhouse, we did beat them by 19 points. We did not cover the spread, but it was never in question in terms of if we were going to win, or there was never any doubt to us dominating that game.
Yeah.
We had 4 Vanderbilt players with double-digit points, being Jordan Wright, Scottie Pippen Jr., Jermaine Mann,
Come on, son.
and Miles Stroot.
Stooped.
Jermaine Mann was probably, I don't want to say the biggest surprise, but because like he was expected to be good, but it was his first game. He was a freshman in a Vanderbilt uniform. Maybe not a freshman, but it's his first game in a Vanderbilt uniform.
That we know.
Yeah, and he had 15 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double in your first game. Always a good thing to have. And it really seemed like there was a couple times during the game where there was a little bit of stagnation in the offense. But that's, it's the first game of a season within every team every year is different. You're never going to have the same continuity year after year. And so, they may have had a couple stretches during the game where they had some offensive struggles, but it was never super important in the sense that it jeopardized the game by any means. I think the closest they got during those stretches was like they were still down by 7 points.
Yeah, they would go on a run and then be losing by like 9.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, dang.
Dang it.
We let them within 10. Overall, our leading scorer was Jordan Wright. He had 16 points on 67% shooting from the field. And I think he only shot 1 3, but he made it. And then Scottie Pippen Jr. had 15 and shot 50% from the field. And so, overall, it was a good night offensively. You expect to have a good night versus Alabama State.
True. That's fair.
Our schedule we don't really have a hard non-conference schedule because we play in the SEC and we don't really have to. But I think the hardest game before we open in the SEC versus Arkansas is probably going to be against like VCU in a week or so. We don't really have any great teams before we open versus Arkansas in the SEC play.
Arkansas is a good team.
Arkansas is a good team, but we don't play them for a while.
Yeah, so we'll see some W's before then.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't think we shouldn't lose a game in the first.
Oh no, we're playing Virginia Commonwealth.
Yeah, I mean VCU's been
Commonwealth.
They've been a tournament team in past years, and like they've upset some teams. I don't think we should discredit VCU entirely.
I'm discrediting VCU entirely.
Okay, I mean granted VCU did beat St. Peter's by all of 3 points, which isn't.
We could have done that.
We could have done that. You're right. However, I didn't know. I guess you meant we as in like the intramural team. I took that to mean Vanderbilt. And I was
no,
like,
I mean you and I.
Oh yeah, 2v5. We're beating them by at least 3, maybe 4.
Hey.
But it was a good game. Defensively, I think was probably our better phase of the game. We held them to all of. I guess 72 points isn't something that you really hold a team to. I don't really think that Alabama State should have maybe scored 72 points, but we were active in passing lanes. We forced 24 turnovers. Scottie Pippen Jr. had Scottie Pippen just came back to play in college, regaining his years of eligibility. No, but Scottie Pippen Jr. He had 4 steals, which was a career high for him, and so that it was nice. It was a good game. I don't necessarily think that we should be heaping huge amounts of praise for them beating Alabama State convincingly.
No, but it's a necessary stepping stone. You got to win the first game to win the second. You know what I mean? So it's nothing to be like, man, groundbreaking logic.
Do you?
What I'm talking about. You have to get your first win to get your second win.
That's
true. What I meant to say.
That's true.
My apologies, viewers. I'm dumb.
You gotta win game 1 to win game 2. Can't you actually?
I'm sorry.
Once you lose a game in the season, you can never win again.
We've changed the rules of basketball. But what was I talking about, man?
You were saying that it was a stepping stone.
It really is, because the first win is important, and then you can move on from there. But
it's a momentum.
Learn from here, moving on. You know what I mean? It's nice to see any W because Lord knows it's been way too long.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see Vanderbilt basketball again, back in Memorial.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great environment, especially as we get into actual SEC play. Not everybody is going to want to go to a Wednesday night game versus Alabama State, but, I expect there to be more people this Sunday when we play Texas State. Not a good team still, but
But at least it's not a weekday.
Yeah, it's a
More
Sunday.
people will show up.
And it's a Sunday at 7, I believe.
Really? You going to the game?
Yeah, we're going to the game.
We're going to the game.
We're going to the game. We'll be there. We'll have a Show 'em the Door section if any fans want to come up, ask questions.
It'll be 2 people.
Sign autographs.
Chris, can I have your autograph?
Of course you can. We'll get the pens after the episode.
Okay,
you want me to sign the hoodie?
Not the hoodie.
Okay.
This was the gift.
So yeah, I guess we can move on to women's basketball, eh?
Do you know what college Scottie Pippen Sr. went to?
I do not.
Central Arkansas.
Really?
Yep.
What an L.
He got like no offers, and then he went to some, bum college, and then he was in like the senior showcase thing, and the Bulls were like, "Hey, that senior's pretty good," and then they drafted him, and that's it.
Were they in the first round?
No,
Second round?
no, Scottie Pippen.
Okay, fair.
Do you think Scottie Pippen shows up regularly to these basketball games?
He was there last night.
Really?
Yep.
Why didn't we? Why?
You know what? We didn't. Here's why we didn't go.
We didn't go because I procrastinated and I had to finish the speech, and that's what it is.
And so I watched online, and so
I also had nabs, so I was serving the Lord.
I'm
on
sorry
Wednesday.
that God is more important to you than basketball. It's kind of weird. I don't. Sorry.
Do you think
I
it'd
guess.
be inappropriate for me to walk up to Scottie Pippen and like talk to him about Michael Jordan?
I'm gonna say no.
I'd walk up to him and be like, "Hey, do you remember when Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot in Game 6?"
I mean,
And then he'd be like,
"What are you talking to me for?" Because he got that weird voice.
"Oh, on God, he does." I will hunt him down and get his autograph one of these days, though.
I saw
Add him to the list of people.
on a couple of people's Snapchat stories. I saw they like took videos of him. It was kind of weird. And then like one of them, they like got a pic with him. Like they legitimately went up and were like, "Hey, can we have a picture with you, Mr. Pippen?" Senor Pippen.
He would be the second celebrity I would get a picture with.
True.
Number 1 being Tristan McKenzie.
I took that picture.
You did, yeah. That's
It was good. We went.
I was gonna dap him up afterwards, but his hands were in his hoodie pocket. So
Dang. We were at the Black and Gold game, and Willem looks at me and goes, "Is that Tristan McKenzie?" And I said, "I don't know who Tristan McKenzie is because I don't really watch MLB."
I recognized him literally instantly. I was like,
"True."
The dreads.
And I was like, "Let me look up a picture." And so we looked up a picture, and I was
He
like,
looks
"Yeah."
like Travis Scott.
And he does kind of look like Travis Scott.
Skinny,
Rest in peace,
hair.
all the people that went to the Travis Scott concert. That's not the point. But he do kind of look like him.
True. Anyways,
yeah.
Women's basketball.
We're really trying to fill any portion of time.
I'm telling you right now, we just don't have content, and
That's
it's
not
Chris's
true. We
fault.
have. Why is it my fault?
I blame you.
Okay.
So
this podcast is supposed to be just kind of like.
Jay chillin'.
No, it's like it's like you guys bull. It's like you guys are in the room with us, and this is genuinely how Willem and I talk about
I
sports.
wish you were in the room with us.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Then I wouldn't have to spend all this time with Chris.
We already spend every day together.
True. Maybe that's the problem.
I don't think that's an issue. Continue. Women's basketball.
Well, never mind our crumbling relationship.
Oh, God. Next week, Willem has murdered me. He will have a separate co-host. It'll be our lights.
The lights. They can't see lights around the frame.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot. Ardelan. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyways, my goodness, Chris. I'm just trying to talk about basketball. The nerve. Okay, so we played Gardner-Webb in women's basketball.
Powerhouse.
Oh, the absolute powerhouse that is Gardner-Webb. They produced the likes of nobody.
They produced the likes of...
Yeah, exactly. So obviously we had some tough competition. We went into the game, and we took
Oh my
a
God.
W.
What's
It's
that?
it's a W.
Oh,
Look at that.
Crazy.
It is the first win for our new head coach Ralph, whom? No, whom?
Whomst.
Whomst was the former head assistant coach of the UConn women's basketball team.
So she's used to winning.
Oh, they don't lose. UConn,
Never.
They're absolute dogs.
Yep.
They're so good.
Are they Huskies? That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so she obviously knows her stuff. She has been with a bunch of great coaches there, and she left, and honestly, I was kind of surprised when she took this job. I was like, oh, wow.
Vanderbilt?
Interesting. Cool. But it really does show like the commitment to the program that we're getting people like Sheer Ralph.
Right.
So she took her first win. So she's undefeated as a collegiate head coach. Which
She could retire right now with a extremely high winning percentage.
Yeah, literally 100. It's better than Chris's winning percentage at head coaching.
That's not true.
Yours is 0. You're 0 of 0.
How do you know?
Chris, have you ever head coached a collegiate basketball team?
Yes.
You were Gardner Webb's coach.
I was.
Dang.
I'm actually 0 for 1. Reason why we lost.
But so we won. It was good. It was an excellent game. We started the game dominating the paint, like really dominant. We went on a 14-3 run to open the game.
Oh, nice.
14-3. Defense, nice. All 14 of those points were points in the paint. So we're just getting in there and putting it in. Simple. We absolutely out-rebounded them throughout the entire game. It started off soon and then just continued from then on. We didn't shoot many threes in the first half, I believe. We shot 2. And I believe we missed both of them, but that's besides the point. But then in the third quarter, we went 4 of 5 on 3-point shooting. So we started shooting, we picked it up. We do have some really nice shooters on the team. So I think it'll be good.
We do.
Indeed we do. So we caused a lot of turnovers defensively. We had some, good leadership out there defensively. Jordan Cambridge really stepped up. She's a senior now. Pivotal on our team. It was a really solid game. We outplayed them statistically in every single category except turnovers and steals. We had 8 steals to their 10, and we had 20 turnovers to their 17.
They had a lot of turnovers for Gardner Webb.
Man. It is what it is.
It's a first year, game. First in a new system.
A lot of young people on the team. You got to get back.
Exactly. Right.
You'll get used to it. Give it 3 games, we won't have them.
I mean, I would hope not, but I don't think Gardner Webb is exactly a defensive,
unit. But
yeah.
True.
I think. We can clean that up. I feel like turnovers are, in most cases, on the offense.
Fixable thing.
Yeah, I feel like turnovers in basketball, are somewhat more on the offense at times than it is on the defense.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you clarified turnovers in basketball because I really thought you were saying turnovers in table tennis. If you want to tune into the table tennis tournament, Chris, will you be playing?
We'll see.
We'll see. Chris is maybe entering the table tennis tournament, so
yeah,
you'll get to see him lose first round.
Probably.
Man.
But I'm nice at ping pong.
Quote Kanye West.
To quote Kanye West.
So we had a really good game to ignore Chris because he keeps getting us off track, man. The nerve. Terrible podcast hosting.
Who brought up the fact that I talked about turnovers? I don't
want to talk. I played the third.
Okay.
So we had 5 players with double digits in points, which is 1 more than our men's basketball team had. So our first player in double digits is the junior Kaylin Smith. She had 12 points, 9 rebounds. She shot just below 50%, and she led the team in offensive rebounds.
Oh, sick.
With, I believe she had 5.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot.
Which is nice. We out-rebounded them, literally, I can't remember the stat right now, but I think it was 30 to 15.
That's double.
Yeah, good job, Chris. We destroyed them on rebounds. I think just for me, my favorite part of basketball is offensive rebounds because if you can offensively rebound really well, you have so many more shot opportunities, and obviously that's more point opportunities.
True, and more points wins games.
It's weird how it works like that, but it's true.
Unless it's golf.
True. It is golf.
I'm about to offensively rebound in golf.
So while Chris is playing golf, we'll get back to this. So really nice forward in the game, doing well, anchoring us down low, which obviously is where we got 14 of our...
Is that an anchor down pun you threw in there?
No, I just said it. Because that's what they say, defensive anchor.
No, I'm aware, but I thought you were anchoring us down. I was like, man, that was a stretch.
I would never. I'm corny, but I'm not that corny. That's tough, man.
I feel like you're that corny.
Cornelius.
It's our third tap.
Yeah, it is. And it's deserved. Brene Alexander was our leading scorer of that game. She's a senior leadership. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. True. So she played really well, obviously. Shot, I believe, 8 for 18, which is pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's almost 50%.
True.
Because it's 9 for
we're not doing 50, this. We're not doing this again. We're not doing it.
That's 40-something percent.
Oh, it's 4 for 9. Yeah, 44.44%.
Let's go math. So filling up the stat sheet, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Mm-hmm. That's good stuff.
That's a pretty good stat sheet.
Demi Washington, the junior.
Good old Demi.
Good old Demi. 11 points, 6 rebounds, almost perfect shooting. I believe she shot 4 for 5 and 3 for 3 free throws.
Nice.
So, like, impeccable. That's what we do here.
Right.
Our fourth double-digit scorer was the senior Jordan Cambridge. She had 10 points, 7 rebounds, and she led the team with a grand total of 3 assists.
Let's go.
That might be compared to her 6 turnovers, but that's okay.
We're not going to compare.
That's okay. With time, you know, you can take down turnovers. Like
you know, if you don't look at the turnovers, you can't compare them.
True. However, I'd like to not turn the ball over. So that's something I feel like can easily be fixed.
True, yeah. It does need to be fixed. It needs to be rectified, if you will.
True. There will be reparations.
What?
You said rectified. And I don't know why it was like heavy to me.
Okay, for sure.
I was like,
you said there will be reparations.
There will.
Do you know what reparations are?
What's a reparation?
That's like when people like give money and stuff back to people that were like wronged in the past. Like
there won't be reparations.
There was like reparations after slavery.
Oh, okay. There won't be reparations as far as I know.
I hope I get some reparations from Vanderbilt.
Please.
Please, I'm begging
you. The dang, what bill was it?
The HERF.
The HERF money? I need that.
I need the
I'm
HERF
poor.
money bad.
Anyways, man, we get so off track during the podcast.
I feel like that's some of the
fun.
I think it's some of the charm of the podcast.
Yeah, what other podcasts do you know where your ADHD host gets off track every 3 sentences? Literally.
None.
The Hustler would never.
Nope, absolutely not. So
our fifth double-digit scorer.
Yep.
Right?
Number 5.
Number 5, the freshman, Kendall Cheeseman.
Cheeseman. I wonder if we can get Cheeseman on the pod.
Stop making fun of it.
I'm not making fun of nothing. Just get Cheeseman on the pod. We could ask her about her favorite cheese.
Oh, no! I bet it's provolone.
I enjoy provolone. That's my favorite cheese.
Really?
Yep.
I'd say my favorite is probably cheese is not something that I can eat either.
Like, he is allergic to milk.
I'm allergic to dairy.
Lactose.
So no, it's not lactose. It's like the B.
Okay, I don't care. I don't care.
That's actually what it is. So but my favorite cheese is probably Parmesan. I'd mess up some Parmesan cheese.
Just like grated Parmesan.
Yes, I called it cheese salt growing
up.
Drink it.
Yeah, just all right.
Nah, put that bad boy on tortellini.
We'll talk that.
It was my child.
We'll talk about that later. Weird.
So I refuse to edit this part out.
We're not. No, this is good stuff.
Mm-hmm. This is what we do. She put up in her first collegiate game. She's a freshman, right? I believe she was the Florida Player of the Year in high school too last year because she's an absolute unit. She put up 10 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a block.
Wow.
So she like filled up the stat sheet in 15 minutes.
Well, that's
our starters, these guys that scored, 12, 20, 11, and 10, they got like 36, 34, 32 minutes a game.
Yeah. She got 15.
Kendall did it in 15 and really produced coming off the bench.
She'll probably get more time going forward then.
Oh, please. I want her in the game scoring. Mm-hmm. We also had, I believe Briley Bartram had 8 points. She shot, I believe, 2 for 3 from the free throw field.
3-point line?
3-point line. Yep. Thanks, Chris. So, like, we're getting real production from our team. It's really, I love to see it. My favorite is, obviously, I'm into young talent, as we've seen in the podcast.
Okay.
I like when the freshman players do really well.
I also like when people that have just come into the program are having success early, because it means that as they develop later in their careers, they will continue and hopefully improve upon that success. Yeah,
exactly. So, seeing her come in, that's 10 points in 15 minutes, 4 rebounds. I think 2 of them were offensive, which is nice.
Yeah.
Freshman production and offensive rebounding are 2 of my favorite things, possibly ever. Just under Cheddar Scratch Kitchen.
Oh. Wow.
I love that place, man. So that's what we like to see. And we play on Friday, the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. It's a home game. What are you laughing at?
Do you think Cheeseman likes cheddar?
Oh my gosh, this is the official podcast of Loving Kendall Cheeseman. Man. Oh, we're about to be real dumb if we figure out we're mispronouncing this name.
It's like Chesman.
It's like Chesman. and we're just literal idiots.
God.
We're just that dumb. Contain yourself, Chris. I haven't seen Chris laugh this hard in so long.
You went, I like cheddars, I went Cheeseman. Stop, you lit the mic.
Oh my god. I haven't seen Chris laugh that long in like 4 weeks.
It's been a hard 4 weeks.
It's been rough. We're going through it.
Okay. Please continue.
So, I'm trying to think of a cheese pun, but I can't think
Please
of it.
don't.
So let's just, keep on going.
At some point, I'll get to the football preview, guys.
That's right now.
Oh, it's now?
Little Rock, the game on Friday, it's a home game. Please show up. The attendance on last game,
it's like 1,400 people.
It was literally 10% of our arena.
We'll be there.
10%?
Are we going to be there? When is it?
Friday. Tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be there.
No. What's today?
Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow. Win tomorrow. Win tomorrow.
Man, I don't know. Who do I look like?
A sports podcast host?
You got me there. Okay, it's at 7 p.m.
Okay, we'll be there.
Yes. So we play the Little Rock Trojans, and they're not good at basketball. So
it'll be a good game to come in and see a win. I know that everybody likes to see wins. This is a game to come to.
And this is a team that's going to do well. Like, I really think we have some nice production in this team and some good players. I like leadership. I like the youth of the team. And our coach, obviously, is an absolute dog. She's so good. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be really nice to see. And so if you can, and by that I mean do it, you bums, show up to Friday's game. It'll be really nice. Support your Commodores, and we'll be there. And maybe you'll see us and be like, oh, I've heard that guy laugh about cheese. And then just, be happy. So that'll be fun. Now I'm going to kick it over to Chris.
Okay. Thank you, Willem. That was a hard section to get through. So football preview. So, it's our bye week. Normally on a bye week, you have two goals. You have create a better game plan for the next week that you have more time to create.
Typically a good thing to do.
And you also have get healthy, please.
Something I like doing.
So we don't have a ton of injuries.
Not ones that we can come back from.
Right. And so that, getting healthy is kind of null and void here. However, I do think that this game presents a nice opportunity to show some growth in the Vanderbilt system.
I do like growth.
I also like growth. So Kentucky is coming off 2 losses to Georgia and Tennessee,
which are really good teams. So, granted they lost.
Yeah,
it's not like they're losing to bums.
No, but
Kentucky, they were really highly thought of when they won 5 games.
Kentucky was ranked number 12 going into the Georgia game when they had beaten all of South Carolina.
This is the Disrespect Kentucky podcast. Boo.
We don't like UK.
All of the homies that go to University of Kentucky that I know, you suck. Sorry. Simple.
But nevertheless, I maybe it's because I grew up in Knoxville, and so I saw Kentucky lose 27 straight times.
Maybe it's because they're bad.
Yeah, I can't ever think that Kentucky is a good team. Granted, we've had our own struggles this year. The thing is so starting with the defensive, when we are on defense, that matchup real quick. Kentucky loves to run the ball. They want to establish their pass game via their run game. They have this great running back. His name is Chris Rodriguez. Man never goes down on first contact. He, against the most recent game versus Tennessee, he would get hit by somebody. Maybe not the most. No, yeah, the most recent game. He would get hit by somebody and then he'd run for 5 yards.
So his yards after contact.
His yards after contact is astronomical. And so we're really gonna have some sound tackling. I'm worried a little bit that he's gonna have a game kind of like Tyler Beatty did when we played Mizzou.
Oh no, please.
Just because he's that dynamic of a running back. But I think if it were me, I would sell out to stop the run early in the game.
That's what you gotta do.
I don't believe in Will Levis, who is the Kentucky quarterback, to pass the ball, beat you through the air. So I think that if we still have to stop the run and we can build some momentum early in terms of scoring some points to where they have to throw the ball, I think that we could really make this game close and even win. we're projected to lose by 21 points.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah, it's 3 touchdowns. And,
True.
I mean...
Or 7 field goals.
And Kentucky's a good team. I mean, I don't think that they're a bad team, but I think that we match up semi-favorably versus them, especially coming off a bye week where we can actually plan for them and them specifically.
Yeah, we're fresh. We're healthy.
We've got
guys that are going to go out there and try their hardest.
So, offensively speaking, we need to pass the ball this week, which is a little bit of a scary proposition because we haven't really passed the ball well this entire season.
True. However,
we don't
have our running back.
We have some great wide receivers, though.
Yes, we do. I love our wide receivers.
Kentucky defensive backs are kind of bad. Seeing them, they got burnt in the Georgia game. They got burnt in the Tennessee game really bad. I think that if we can get some craftiness in our offensive scheme to try to make space for our wide receivers, they can be in a really good position to get chunk plays down the field, which
like chunk plays.
I think that will actually be, their game plan is obviously going to be stop our strength, which is running the ball. And so if they're selling out to stop the run, if we ever use like a play action pass, I think that would, 1, isolate their defensive backs that I consider not very good, and 2, get their linebackers swarming towards the line of scrimmage because of the fact they're so conscious of our run game. So I think that there is potential for these wide open holes in the middle of the field because they'll be playing probably single. I don't know if they'll be playing double or single high safeties, but there should be gaps for our wide receivers to make some big plays. And I think that if everything goes well, I think we can beat them.
For sure.
I think you can beat Kentucky. This is not against Georgia. There's no chance of winning.
It's Georgia.
You want to see how long you can stay competitive, but I think versus Kentucky, you can win.
Oh, they're not that great.
I think that if we at least keep it within a 1-possession game by the end of the game, this will be a big win for Vanderbilt.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be a nice step forward.
If we have to rely on our receivers, I'm very happy because our receivers.
It's not the receivers though. Yeah.
Chris Pierce, Cam Johnson, incredible.
Yeah.
It also is the guy who's throwing to them.
They're also in the really cool jerseys. They have the black.
Have y'all seen the black jerseys that they just put out?
They're really cool.
They're incredible.
But yeah,
nice.
Overall,
show up to that game too, please.
Show up to all the games.
Yeah, just go.
So it's gonna be it's a good week of Vanderbilt. We'll actually have a lot more content next week. I think that the football game will be good. We'll be live tweeting the entire time. We'll might be live tweeting these basketball games. I guess that could be. You might need, if you ever need some more Show Em The Dore content, you might be in for a treat.
Did you not plan on live tweeting the basketball games?
I hadn't really thought about it.
Why?
But I'm live tweeting the games.
I thought that was a given, but as we can see,
nothing's a given when it comes to me. Anyway, but I think
that seemed like something your mom would do, didn't it?
Yeah, that is something my mom would do. Do we have anything else? I don't really think so. No, I don't think so.
I'm not telling. Hold on. We are getting another interview for you.
Oh, yes.
We don't know exactly when.
It'll be in a couple weeks.
Because you know how athletes are. You know what I mean? Maybe 3-4 weeks. I don't know how things work.
There's only 2 games left in the season.
Ooh. Chris giving spoilers. But we're getting another interview, and it's going to be great. We will get a third microphone by then, so it won't be as passing it back and forth like with Spencer. Also, if you haven't seen our... Wow, I can't talk. If you have not seen our Spencer Jones interview, it was a good time. We talked about gorillas before the interview.
We might do it again. You never know.
Oh, of course we're going to do it again. Come on, son. We're going to ask some probing questions. It's going to be real nice.
It'll be some about the actual team.
A little bit. But have you ever wondered who the best dancer on the football team is?
I have.
Find out next time.
I'm putting in here. I'm putting a guess in.
Chris Pierce. Official guesses.
Chris Pierce. My guess. He's drippy all the time.
Have you seen his dreads?
I'm telling you.
If he's not the best dancer on the team, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think the dark horse of the dancing game might be Jalen Mahoney. I don't know why.
I also feel like Orgy would be good at it, though.
Oh, Anthony Orgy.
Anthony Orgy would probably be good at it. Anyway.
I think my money's still on
Mahoney?
On Jalen, who still hasn't responded to our DM. If you're watching this, man, please.
Still speechless.
It's never too late.
Anyway, but so I think we'll end here. Thank you all for watching. As much as I said at the beginning of the podcast that I hate each and every one of you, that's not true. I really appreciate everybody that watches. It's always a fun time being able to do this with Willem.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys really keep us going here.
It's what we do.
It is what we do. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
We sure will.
Bye.
Adios.